And in 10 years, they will have the largest blue water navy. Now, I hate to say this, you're an old Army doggy, but the way that you extend the power of a nation is through the Navy, not through an Army. And when you add up what's happening with Chinese contractors, actually the Chinese military, controlling the Panama Canal, when you add it up and understand that China is building a port in the Bahamas, when you add it up and understand that China is already buying leases 90 miles off the coast of our state, and when you can figure out slant drilling, which means you offset a platform, and you can drill into our continental shelf, shame on us if 30 to 40 years from now, our children and grandchildren are going to China to buy energy resources. Cap and trade is not what Cicero would agree with to heal a nation. So this is my challenge to each and every one of you today. How many people saw that video where I talked about fixing bayonets? You got to understand what fixing a bayonet means. You got to understand what that one word meant in the history of the United States of America. Because back in 1863, the month of July, in a place called Gettysburg, at a little hill called Little Round Top, there was a gentleman, a colonel, a professor of rhetoric from Maine, Bowdoin College, commander of the 20th Maine Regiment, Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. And he was told on that day, Colonel Chamberlain, you are the far end of the Union Army of Potomac. You cannot surrender this position. You must hold this position, or else the entire Army of the Potomac will be swept up by Robert E. Lee's Army of Northern Virginia. And on that hot July day, the Confederacy continued to attack. Coming Little Round Top. Men were being lost. They ran out of water. And finally, they ran out of ammunition. And the Confederates kept coming. And Colonel Chamberlain issued an order. One simple word. It changed the Battle of Gettysburg, changed the course of the Civil War, and probably changed the course of the United States of America when he said bayonets. When I say bayonets, that means no matter how tough the situation may seem, you don't stop fighting. This country, that flag, 233 years, is worth the fight. So when you go out on those street corners, when you stand there and people start to yell back at you, you think of that one simple word. You think about bayonets. And if they get too close to you, yell bayonets at them. Then they'll run away. But understand the history of that word. Understand what it means to us. Because in our schools, they're not teaching our history. And if our children don't remember the shot that was heard around the world at Lexington and Concord, if our children don't remember that once upon a time our nation's capital was burned down to the ground in the War of 1812, if our children don't remember Little Round Top, if our children don't remember the charge of San Juan Hill, if our children don't remember where the name Devil Dogs came from in Belleau Wood in World War I, if our children don't remember what General McDowell said, commanded the 101st Airborne Division at Bastogne when he was asked to surrender, he gave them one word: nuts. That's who we are. Never forget the words of Marine General Chesty Puller when he was surrounded at Chosin Reservoir by the Chinese, when he said, I got the bastards right where I want them because I can attack in any direction. That's the American spirit. So as you leave here tonight, I cannot tell you how honored I am that you will come out for someone that is running for Congress on the other side of the Everglades. Because even though I will go to be a direct representative of the people of Congressional District 22, I will be a voice for you as well. So please, take our message, share it with others, get it out all across the state of Florida, all across the United States. Come over, if you can, drive on across Alligator Alley, and be a part of what we're doing, the Go West team. Join us on Facebook. join us on Twitter. If you can, whatever contributions you can give. Because let me tell you one thing. The message that I'm sending, the liberal progressives cannot have it succeed. Because if it succeeds, we inspire Americans to stand up once again. So you can expect Acorn, SCIU, and all the other chuckleheads to come down to South Florida 8 months from now. But you know what? We're going to talk one word. What's that word? Yes. All right. God bless you all and thank you.
Immigration, we're so worried about jobs. I read Eisenhower did, and I read some other presidents did it, but why can't we seem to round them up, send them back, put a minefield down so they don't come back? Have a lot more jobs here.
No, you know what you have to do is very simple. You got to get rid of the carrot. You have to get rid of the carrot. The carrot that you're dangling in front of them that make them want to come here. And see, that's one of the important things about, I was using my paratrooper voice. That was one of the important things about, if we cut the corporate and business tax rate from 33% in half, bring it down 16, 17%, then people can hire Americans, and they can put them back to work. They don't have that excuse anymore about we can't afford to pay Americans. One of the things that I would have done when you talk about stimulating the economy, suspend payroll taxes for a period. That stimulates the economy. So the biggest thing you have to do is stop giving benefits to people that are here illegally. We tried it. Ronald Reagan tried it in 1986. He had an amnesty program for $3 million, and to this day, the government has not done what they're supposed to do. But if you go back and look at what the state of Oklahoma did, they stopped giving state benefits to illegal immigrants, and guess what? They self-deported themselves out of the state of Oklahoma. You know? And so, that's right, with Missouri and with Kansas, that's all we need to do. It's not about rounding people up. It's about stop setting the conditions by which they come here and they take advantage of our Constitution. Let me tell you something you got to be very careful of when we start talking about legal immigration. U.S. Census, it was moved from the Commerce Department, brought right into the White House under control of Rahm Emanuel. It's not about counting U.S. citizens. It's about counting everybody. And what you have to realize is that this census, taken in 2010, will apply for the redistricting in 2012. That's why it's important. You got to make sure you have the right people in the state house here in Florida. You got to make sure you have the right people in the government. You got to make sure you have the right people up in Washington, D.C. to challenge this census, because it is absolutely unlawful what they're doing. And the week before Christmas, Representative Louis Gutierrez of Illinois introduced an amnesty bill. Not a lot of people knew about it, because we were paying attention to the Senate with their health care legislation, and all of a sudden the House of Representatives, Gutierrez, introduced that bill. These people are not suicidal. They want to stay in power. And somehow, between now and the 2nd of November, they will seek to change the electoral base of this country. And if they do, if they succeed, this country as we know it, 30, 40, 50 years before we can get it back right. I'm telling you right now, you got to get involved in this election cycle. And you got to talk to everyone and realize this. There's a 30 to 35% out there, they're stuck on stupid. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay? Don't waste your breath on it. But focus on the 65 to 70% and understand that our principles and values are rooted in living in government. They're rooted in our national security. They're rooted in individual responsibility and accountability. They're rooted in our liberty, our free market solutions. Leadership, it has to be by merit and talent. No longer should we have leadership by entitlement in this country. And last and most